Have you ever found yourself staring at a text from a woman you like, unsure how to respond? That moment, the brief pause before your thumb moves, can feel heavier than the message itself. It's not insecurity holding you back. It's a subtle signal you haven't yet learned to read. Most men react instinctively, either over-explaining or freezing entirely, but the real issue isn't what to say or when to say it. It's understanding the kind of message she's sending in the first place. Every text carries an emotional signal, whether she realizes it or not. Some messages show disinterest, some test your confidence, some are neutral openings, and some reveal genuine interest. The problem is that most men respond to all texts the same way, reacting from emotion instead of strategy. Without a clear framework, uncertainty takes over, and even the simplest text can feel like a high-stakes decision. By learning to identify the type of message she's sending, you stop guessing and start responding with purpose. This framework transforms texting from a source of stress into a tool for attraction. Over the next sections, we'll break down the 4 key text types and show exactly how to respond to each one, so you never hesitate again. When a woman sends short, delayed, or one-word replies, most men immediately panic. Their instinct is to chase, double texting, asking, "Are you free this weekend?" or over-explaining themselves. But this reaction often does more harm than good. Ignoring texts is not a moral judgment or a personal rejection. It simply signals that her emotional investment is low at this moment. Responding with urgency only reinforces the dynamic you're trying to escape. The key is to shift your approach from reactive to intentional. Instead of demanding engagement, adopt a mindset I call fun-giving. This isn't about entertaining her or impressing her. It's about offering your presence without attachment, without expectation. Send a light joke, a brief story, or a casually amusing comment, something that communicates your energy without asking for anything in return. Notice, no questions, no pressure, no reply needed signals. Why does this work? Because it creates emotional stability and subtle authority. If she responds, momentum naturally reopens. If she doesn't, nothing is lost. You haven't been ignored. You've simply offered your presence while remaining internally composed. When she eventually moves from ignoring to testing, that's your first sign of progress. Testing is not flirtation yet. It's curiosity with caution. By holding your composure through the ignoring phase, you set yourself apart from men who panic and chase reassurance. Your calm presence becomes attractive in itself. Remember, silence isn't weakness, it's containment. It signals that your emotional state doesn't hinge on her response. You're in control, and you're responding to the signal she's sending, not reacting to fear or insecurity. Mastering this phase sets the foundation for the next, handling her tests with confidence and subtlety. Once she moves from ignoring to testing, the dynamic changes, but many men misread it. Testing texts are subtle challenges, often delivered as playful or skeptical comments. She might say, "I bet you say that to all the girls," or "You seem like the player type." On the surface, these messages can feel critical, but psychologically, they serve a single purpose: to evaluate your composure under pressure. Most men fail these tests by reacting emotionally. They defend themselves. "No, I'm not like that at all," or "Actually, I don't talk to that many girls." Others over-explain, trying to prove their worth or reassure her. Both approaches reveal neediness and give her authority over your emotional state, instantly weakening attraction. The key is emotional steadiness. Your response should demonstrate confidence, humor, and calmness without over-explaining. One effective technique is slight exaggeration. For example, if she says, "I bet you say that to all the girls," you might reply, "Yeah, I probably forget their names too. It's a real problem." This accomplishes 3 things at once. It shows humor, maintains emotional composure, and signals you don't take yourself or her comment too seriously. Importantly, stop there. Do not follow up with additional questions, explanations, or attempts to escalate the conversation. The test itself is the action. Waiting afterward is proof of your composure. Passing multiple tests consistently reshapes the interaction, gradually softening her skepticism and building attraction. Testing is better than being ignored because she's investing energy again. She's engaging, but hasn't yet decided if you're grounded or reactive. By responding correctly, you reinforce stability, confidence, and subtle authority, all of which are far more attractive than over-explanation or defensiveness. After testing, conversations often shift into a neutral, friendly, or logical tone. She might share details about her day, school, work, or weekend plans. For example, I went to the library today, so exhausted, can't wait for Friday. At first glance, this may feel safe, even comforting, but friendly texts are deceptively powerful. They remove tension, which is the quiet engine of attraction. Most men fall into one of two traps at this stage. Some respond with dry agreement like, "Oh, nice. Yeah, Fridays are the best." This goes nowhere. Others overcompensate with long messages, stacked jokes, or excessive emotional investment. This also leads nowhere, just faster. The danger is that men feel relief when the conversation feels safe, thinking attraction is secure, but comfort without direction leads to stagnation. The key is to treat friendly text as a bridge, not a destination. Respond briefly, grounded, and present. Then, introduce light friction or subtle reframing to nudge the conversation forward. For instance, "Nice, I've been meaning to check out that library, and I like that you're already planning Friday with me." Notice the final line. It's calm, confident, and assumes shared experience without demanding a response. Why assumptions matter? They gently test her comfort level while maintaining control. They don't create pressure but show subtle leadership. At this stage, she is open, but her interest hasn't chosen a clear direction yet. By responding in this way, you guide the interaction, create tension, and maintain momentum. Friendly texts are the quiet turning point. They signal openness, giving you the chance to introduce direction without forcing engagement. Master this bridge, and the conversation naturally flows toward flirtation, shared experiences, and attraction. This sets the stage for positive, high-investment texts, the final phase of texting that leads toward real-life connection. Positive texts are the clearest signal a woman is ready to engage. They are responsive, animated, full of energy, emojis, and sometimes even initiated by her. She mirrors your tone, shows enthusiasm, and invests emotion into the conversation. At this stage, hesitation is your biggest enemy. Many men misread this as an opportunity to keep things safe or prolong the texting phase, but safety without direction leads to ambiguity, and ambiguity kills attraction. The critical difference here is readiness. She is open and engaged, but she's waiting to see if you can lead the interaction towards something real. Texting is no longer the goal, it's a bridge. Your role is to guide the conversation toward shared experiences and real-life connection. For example, instead of over-flirting or asking bluntly for a date, ask intentional, curiosity-driven questions. Do you enjoy live shows? What's your schedule like this weekend? I've been looking for good hip-hop recommendations. Any ideas? Each question is designed to move her from passive texting to active imagination, envisioning experiences with you. The key is calm authority. You don't need to oversell yourself or create pressure. By asking purposeful questions and leading subtly, you consolidate attraction while giving her space to respond naturally. Texting becomes a tool, not a test, and she starts associating you with confidence, fun, and direction. Many men wait too long at this stage, continuing casual texting or overcomplicating responses. The result is that interest doesn't disappear suddenly, it slowly decays. Positive texts are the signal to act with clarity, moving the interaction toward a meeting or shared experience without desperation. When handled correctly, attraction consolidates, tension remains healthy, and momentum continues to grow. By mastering this final type, you complete the progression, from low investment signals to high engagement responses, ensuring that your texts build connection instead of confusion. Understanding the 4 text types does more than improve your responses. It transforms your mindset. Once you recognize the signals she's sending, you stop asking, "Does she like me?" and start asking, What is she signaling right now? This shift is subtle but profound. It moves you from reactive behavior to intentional action, giving you emotional clarity and composure. Most men fail in texting not because they say the wrong thing, but because their emotional state depends on her replies. Chasing reassurance communicates neediness and urgency, which erodes attraction. By contrast, men who respond based on the type of signal and then step back without attachment project calm authority. Emotional clarity allows you to navigate all four types of texts effectively. Ignoring texts no longer trigger panic. Testing texts no longer require defensive over-explanations. Friendly texts become opportunities to guide the conversation, and positive texts become signals to lead toward shared experiences. The mindset shift is simple. Your confidence is independent of her replies. You are not chasing availability, you are filtering alignment. By internalizing this principle, you maintain control, create attraction naturally, and move interactions toward meaningful connections without stress or overthinking.